Hey, what's up? This is Ekis, and thank you for listening to the GameXPresents podcast. Make sure to follow GameXPresents on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. But for now, please enjoy the show. Hello.
And welcome.
Okay, is that awkward?
It's very awkward.
Just like the VGX?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I stepped on Kiara's toes again. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of GameXPresents. This is episode...
GameXPresents.
The podcast.
There you go.
This is episode... Thanks for the catch. What episode is this? What episode?
21st?
Yeah, 21, because I know it's always 10 above the Anarchy Live. And, did we just like flip it on them?
Yeah.
They don't get the inside joke because nobody listens to this. But anyways, this is Luis Ekis.
This is Stuff.
And we're here back again, coming straight to your ears for another joyous occasion where we talk about video games. Enjoy, because Christmas is right around two corners.
Christmas is around the corner. Yeah. Like, I'm already listening to Christmas carols. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't care. I like that stuff.
There should be like a GTA DLC where you can do Christmas carols.
Or go around like on a sled and...
They should just make it snow in
shooting at prostitutes Santos that are dressed up as... Hey,
that would be cool. Like if they did like a free DLC, just like
all the prostitutes all the strippers in the strip club are dressed as Mrs. Claus or something.
Mrs. Claus's daughter or younger sister or whatever. So I know we haven't talked in a while in the podcast form since like the weekend after Thanksgiving, right?
That is correct.
And I know, of course, after Thanksgiving is deals.
There's a lot of deals that I miss out because I don't wake up early enough.
Yeah.
Black Friday, I stay away from people. Cyber Monday, I just don't get up early enough for any deals. Like I was trying to get that Moto S deal.
Oh yeah,
where it was like $350 for the Moto S off contract. Well, on Cyber Monday they completely failed and the website went down in no time. But then they came back and they were like, okay, we're gonna do it 2 other times. Both times, by the time I remembered, both times it was like sold out in like 10 minutes. So. I'm just not good at this.
Yeah, but I did get I think it was on Friday. I did want to get a 2DS for my nephew.
Okay.
And at Walmart they actually had a good deal. It was like $110 for a 2DS, paper sticker star, some Paper Mario game, and the little carrying case to come with the 2DS. So that way he can make that 2DS last like 2 months before he breaks it.
At least.
And,
or at most.
At most. My nephew, he's 5 years old, right? Uh-huh. So I got him a 2DS because I think, that's an appropriate, system for a 5-year-old. It's Mario, it's kid friendly.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about any like violence or beheadings or it's just it actually it's comfortable for a child. But like would you ever give your child or your little 5-year-old nephew like a Xbox or a PlayStation?
I would not. No. No way in hell. No.
Like why wouldn't you? Why?
Because I love them.
Like would they even appreciate like what kind of games would you get them like a 5-year-old?
With the Xbox 360 or
let's say Xbox 360 since it has a large library of games.
Even with the large library of games, I could not think of a single game
just like
for
sports
kids.
Games. Like that's the only thing I can think.
Sports kids, but how many little kids are really that much into sports video games?
Like I'm trying.
They could be, I guess, but
I'm pretty sure there's like is Rayman Legends for Xbox?
Yeah. So that's probably one. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple, but
but
it's just not the system that I would think of. for a kid.
And especially with the controllers and everything, like it's like a Wii U or like a Wii, like the controller seems like it's smaller, it's more like even like what's it called?
It
the
is
Wii
simpler.
game. It's a bar, But I know there was this person. I don't know. Do you have that story? Like, do you have it?
All right. So this guy in the UK, I'm guessing you're referring to this story. He wanted to buy. It's this 19-year-old in the UK who wanted to buy an Xbox One Day One edition for his 4-year-old son.
4-year-old? He's not even 5.
So, okay, first, Xbox One, there's not a single game out for the Xbox One that would be even remotely close to being a kid's game.
Well, it is the UK, so they're soccer fanatics, so they probably bought FIFA. Because I know the picture.
Okay, we can go with that, but then a 4-year-old is that much into FIFA that he needs to play it on the latest Xbox, and it has to be a Day One edition.
I know, like, because it was funny because the picture that he tweeted out or whatever was a picture. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's take it slow.
With the story.
Slow. Calm down, Luis.
So right now the Xbox One, it's very difficult to find. And if you want to find one, you're going to have to go on eBay and get one.
For a lot more than it really should.
Correct. So this guy, he paid in euros or pounds or whatever the hell they use in the UK. But
in tooth.
Basically, it comes out to $735
Wow.
that he paid for this Xbox One. Now,
that would actually be pretty cheap.
It would be. That's why he thought it was a great deal.
Yeah.
So what happens is that the post actually said that it was a picture of an Xbox One. However, this was in the video game console section of eBay, so he figured it must be, and it's in the video game console section, and it is $735. So he figures, obviously, it's not a picture. So eventually, he buys it. I guess the seller actually pretty good ratings too.
Yeah, apparently.
So anyway, he buys it, and
the seller probably didn't think anybody would be stupid, like to fall for
Nobody's
his prank.
gonna be stupid enough. So he buys it, and in the mail he gets an envelope. He's like, "What the hell is this?" He opens it, and it's a picture of an Xbox One Day One edition.
Yeah, not just any picture of an Xbox Day One with a picture of a FIFA 14.
Yeah, and not only that. But it wasn't even a good picture.
It was faded. And
it was all faded. It looked like the printer was running out of toner.
I had
so then this idiot starts complaining. Obviously, I mean, you're gonna complain, but what really almost kind of bothers me is the fact that eBay is actually going to have the seller refund the money to him because it was technically in the video game console section. So they said it was a misleading ad. I don't know. To me, I'm like, hey, it said it was a picture. This guy was stupid enough to buy it.
And this is eBay, so he bid it for that, right? So,
no, because remember, eBay also has the buy now option, so there's a lot of stuff that you can just buy.
Because I wonder if it was like a bid thing, like how many people actually bid, on it.
No, I don't think.
So if it wasn't that, like one scenario, like I thought was,
I don't think there's multiple dumb enough people to bid on this in the UK.
Hey, you never know, but
in America maybe, but in
it
the
is
UK.
a UK, but like that scenario, I just think of myself is like, some guy, he put that. Oh, here's a picture. He probably did with his friends, like, oh, let me put a picture on eBay. Let's see if anybody, buys this. And then he saw that somebody bought it. He's like, oh crap, I should probably follow through with my promise of a picture of an Xbox. So he just like printed it up real quick. I'm like, oh man, I don't have any ink. Oh well, that's good enough.
It's a picture.
There's no what's it called? Amazon Prime to send me some more ink.
So anyway, what this story tells me is the guy's a dumbass because he did this. the guy's a dumbass because
he's 19.
He's 19 and has a 4-year-old. So in a way, you kind of have to be a dumbass to let that happen. I mean, you know, sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I'm not gonna think the bones of you.
Yeah.
And the guy's a dumbass because he's telling people that he wanted the system for his 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
And obviously, he wants the system for himself. It's like, at least be honest with that much, you dumbass.
I know, like, I guess he's trying to make people feel sympathetic.
Sympathetic? I don't feel sympathetic.
No,
Sympathy is not what I feel.
You don't, but apparently there's some retailer in the UK that's giving him an Xbox One.
Oh, Jesus.
So like, if that is true, like, that's what I heard.
It's like, hey, you're an idiot. Here, have a free one.
Yeah, and especially, okay, if it was for, like, his brother, his 15-year-old brother or something, then I'm like, okay, you just dumb, but, you know, I'm not gonna...
4-year-old son, come on.
For your 4-year-old son, like, if he got ripped off of a Wii U, then maybe I'll feel some sort of way.
Yeah.
But an Xbox One, like, come on, like, get real. Yeah, so it's kind of like the
bottom line is he's a dumbass.
No, but like would you ever okay, talking about like dumbasses, like if
speaking of dumbasses,
and since it kind of relates to the Xbox, would you ever try something like, let's say there's some kind of like way to go around a system because it doesn't let you do it? Would you try it just because you see it on Twitter or something, like a process of how to unlock something on your system? Like,
I don't know. It's difficult to tell because, you know, you're talking to a guy that roots every single one of his phones.
Yeah, but you do it because you know that you can do it.
Exactly. I know that I can do it. I've done research on it.
So, for example, if you have an Xbox One, and then all of a sudden there's like a tweet or like a series of tweets, or, you know, you find it somewhere that there's a way to make your Xbox One backwards compatible, would you automatically say like, oh, I saw it in this one place? Would you do it?
Again, if I see that there's enough people that tried it out and they're like, okay, this works.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I would probably give it a try.
But you would see if other people have tried it first.
Correct. I definitely wouldn't be the first one to try it out or anything like that. And knowing me, I probably would be researching YouTube videos and stuff. Something like that, though, where they're telling me that, hey, the system can do something that they're telling you it can't do, like being backwards compatible. To me, that's such a selling point that I just wouldn't be able to comprehend why Microsoft would even hide something like that when it's something that people really would want.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, oh, yeah, by the way, we forgot to tell you that our system can play old Xbox games. You know,
yeah, like, why wouldn't they?
You know, that would be such an advantage over the competition. Like, why the hell would they hide that?
Yeah, because if they would make the Xbox One backwards compatible, I would definitely be looking more forward to getting Xbox One.
Yeah,
like right now, I want to get a PS4, but if the Xbox One was backwards compatible, I would be like, okay, I want to get an Xbox One instead. That way I can just have one system and I can put away the other one. Since my space is limited, I don't want to have two systems out. So yeah, so there's this instructions of how to make your Xbox One backwards compatible, but in reality, all it does is brick it. Like, it makes it...
So apparently... there have been instructions going around online about how to make your Xbox Ones backwards compatible, and all it does is actually mess up your system. So if you see it out there, don't do it. I mean, and this is not something Microsoft would be hiding from you, okay?
And what do you think would be? I know it's kind of like obvious, but like, do you think that if somebody did this, would they be screwed out of their system? Like, would Microsoft somehow be like, okay, send it in and we'll fix it?
Depends on what you had to do to actually do it. Like if it was just software and they had no way of checking what you really did to it, and you were like, I don't know, it just started malfunctioning. You were able to play stupid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They might not have a choice, but
yeah, because this glitch or whatever you would call it, you could access it through the main menu, like by pushing a series of buttons. So it's like, unless somebody was playing with their buttons and been like,
the simple fact that you can even do that without going through a lot of work, because it didn't look like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it looks
simple fact that you can do that without going through a lot of work.
It looks like 6 steps.
It's a flaw from Microsoft to begin with.
Yeah, and I wonder who like, I'm pretty sure like somebody smart enough to figure that out.
Stupid enough.
I mean, would you push a series of buttons and then all of a sudden this thing comes up?
Your dog could have been playing with your remote.
It's kind of like I was watching what's it called, a court show, and it was some guy suing another guy because the other guy messed up his Xbox, and he wanted him to like repair it back. So guy A got his Xbox fixed by guy B. Guy B fixed it up and gave it to guy A. Guy A did something, whatever, that it kind of like ruined the thing. So now he's suing the guy who fixed it. But then it turned out that they're talking about like a modified Xbox in court, which is illegal. So they both got in trouble. Like the guy who did the fixing, he was basically saying,
I kind of remember this case. It was a couple of idiots.
Yeah, so.
Hey, I'm doing this illegal thing, and this guy kind of ruined it for me.
So if you had like if I modified your Xbox, would you sue me for doing something like?
It'll be pointless. It's like
you're the one who bought modified.
As soon as you do modify somebody else's stuff, that warranty is gone. But this is why I hate a lot of times to fix other people's shit, because sometimes you change one thing and you realize that something is happening, but they never told you that was happening. So now they pretend that this is new.
Yeah.
So now you feel like you've messed up their shit. I absolutely hate fixing other people's shit just because of that, because a lot of times people will kind of pretend that you messed it up more than what it already was, when really you're just trying to help out.
Yeah, I get that even with Victorino. And sometimes I fix his stuff up and he's like, it's not working anymore. I'm like, I told you to push these buttons and it would work.
Or a lot of times, I'm like, okay, you want me to fix your computer? Okay, back up everything. I'll reinstall Windows, because that's all we can do. Mm-hmm. So I go through the trouble of reinstalling Windows, and then they're like, where are my pictures? What do you mean, where are your pictures? I told you to back up everything. I didn't know I was going to delete the pictures. Why do you think I told you to back up everything?
Yeah, like some people don't understand, like back up everything, like everything.
Everything.
Yeah, you really got to make a list, like pictures, any documents. Yeah, so it's kind of, if you're gonna be doing something to a system that you're not supposed to be doing, then you're gonna have to suffer the consequences.
Just assume that your system has no warranty at that point, and it's your fault if you mess it up. So if you don't want to get messed up, if you can't afford to just go buy a new one, don't touch that one. Leave it alone.
And you can always email Microsoft if this is true.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of those things, they won't.
Yeah, that's true.
Either.
Well, but if it was backwards compatible, like you would see other people on YouTube making.
It would be a huge deal. Okay, if there really was a way, it would be a huge deal.
Yeah, and so kind of going back to the awkwardness from the beginning of the show, I do want to talk a little bit about like video games and award shows and stuff like that. Do you think that video games, because I know there was a huge debate of whether or not video games were art, or were.
Heck yeah, they are.
Is it were art or are art or was art or are art?
Are art.
Are art. If video games are art, so obviously from this side of the debate, we're gonna say that it is art.
It is art.
It definitely is art.
Damn, if anybody thinks they are.
How can somebody like say GTA is not art?
It is art, regardless of the content. There's a lot of absolutely beautiful scenery. I mean, it is
story
art.
and drama and everything. So
sound. I mean, the amount of detail that goes into all the sound effects, that's amazing.
So what do you think it will take for video games to be taken like serious? Like, because I know like the VGX, they try to make an award show for video games and try to make it like video games are, it's kind of like either like music or movies or stuff like that, to try to make it more professional, more towards the mainstream and everything. But then again, like we saw this week in the VGX, it was just like real awkward and everything did not go right. But what do you think needs to be done in order to make sure that video games are taken seriously as art, like our art?
Well, when you say taken seriously, that's kind of a difficult one. Because,
I mean, not necessarily taken seriously, but like make it seem like it is an important.
I understand what you're trying to say, but at the same time, it's difficult because in order for any awards show to be, of importance, they have to be taken seriously. Like everybody takes the Oscars seriously. But you are also talking about video games, which they are not something. I want to say they're not something serious, even though they are. But they are some kind of entertainment. But then again, with movies, they tend to take them seriously and they're entertainment. But you don't see that many comedies winning a whole lot of Emmys or Oscars or whatever the hell they win,
So the I'm not sure, but the Oscars, that's for what awards are those? For movies?
I'm not totally sure.
Cause I wonder like if the Oscars should have cause they have voice acting like for movies, like animated movies, like Pixar movies. They have awards for voice actor of the year. Why can't they have a voice actor for video games? Because there's a lot of good voice actors that are an important part of video games. You go from David Hayter in the Metal Gear Solid to all these different voice actors from what's it called?
Okay, movies is Oscars.
So the movies are Oscars.
Yeah.
So would video games fit into kind of like movies, especially nowadays with cutscenes and voice acting and all these things?
I definitely believe that a lot of them do. I mean, they're just really long movies.
Yeah, and that you can interact with.
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult one, but I do kind of believe that they are very similar to the entertainment you get from a movie. I mean, you sit there and watch a movie. With a video game, you sit there and you control the movie. Basically. And
then even how they have how I was saying voice actor for animated videos, but they can have a video game voice actor, and they can pick there's a lot of games that have very good voice acting. They should really make a category for it, and in order to introduce video games too. I definitely believe
that certain video games should be considered for Oscars. But then it's difficult because I believe even for TV shows, it's a different group. I don't think it is Oscars.
I think that's Emmys.
I think Emmys might be.
Because I know
I was thinking music, but those are Grammys.
Grammys, yeah. I think Emmys is for TV shows.
So maybe they do need a separate one just for video games. But these awards usually take themselves seriously. They don't hire a bunch of idiots to go make stupid jokes, and maybe that's what they need to do with video games. Make it a little bit more classy. Make it more serious, even though that you are covering something that is entertainment, that is fun, because video games are fun, and the audience See, that's where the problem kind of lies, because most video gamers don't give a shit about the developers. They don't really care that much about the people working on this stuff. But they are people that did really good jobs that deserve the recognition for what they did. So, on a business side, they do need some kind of awards shows, award ceremony where they are taken seriously. But sadly, it's something that most of the people that consume your product are not gonna care about.
And I know, like the VGX, a lot of people tune in just to see what kind of what they call shenanigans there would be. Because I know last year there was like some big uproar over them having like Doritos as sponsors. Like they really hated that for some reason. But like in order to put a show, you need to have money somewhere through advertising. So a lot of times people like gamers like are quick to point out like things like that, like, oh, you sold out because you're having Doritos as your sponsors and everything. But like,
and see that again, that goes back to the problem. If you want a good awards show that is seriously, that is serious, that something that the people that work on these games can feel proud of, that they can be like, oh yeah, I won a VGS. You have to make the kind of show that most video gamers are not gonna care about watching.
Yeah, and I know like in the huge problem with this VGX is they lacked audience, like an audience, like so when they were
so they already have that problem. Good.
So like. It was real awkward because when they were presenting the awards, it seemed like it was just like in a room full of just like the cameraman and like the production crew. So whenever like let's say Grand Theft Auto 5, the Game of the Year award, and there was only like 5 people clapping, it was just like real awkward. Like if you had like an audience making like yeah, like
they need to find a balance because you definitely don't want something as stuck up as the Oscars.
Yeah.
But
the Grammys
you don't want the YouTube Music Awards either,
Yeah, but like even like the Grammys, they have like some serious like parts and some fun. Like how good would it have been if GTA 5 got Game of the Year and then the band that plays El Sonidito comes out?
That would have been horrible. No, absolutely horrible.
A lot of people listened to that, and they would have been like, "Oh, yeah, that's funny."
I refuse to admit to that. No,
you danced to that. I seen you dance the 2-step.
Shush.
So I think that would be cool, like just to have like little moments like that.
Yeah, everything at the right time.
Yeah,
but actually make the presentation serious enough that the people receiving the award feel like they actually got something of value, not some piece of shit that they came up with,
Yeah, just some like something you can just throw away.
Exactly.
Something like MTV award. Like,
so that in the future they can go to Nintendo and they can be like, hey, why should we hire you? And be like, well, I want
BGXs. And they changed the name this year for some reason too. It used to be like BGA, but now it's VGX. I don't know. It's kind of...
They didn't want to be confused with the monitor.
Yeah, probably. But, even though it was kind of awkward, it did have its good moments because, like, obviously that's where they, a lot of, like, companies, like, do their trailers and exclusive trailers and stuff for the first time. And one of the games that I'm really interested in that they showed a trailer for was No Man's Sky. I know I kind of show you the trailer that they showed there, but it really doesn't show much other than somebody flying from a planet and going into space, and
there was some shooting.
So hopefully there's some like Star Fox element, and I know that it generates new worlds. So if you see a planet from far and as you get closer, it starts generating new worlds like randomly apparently, and So it seems like an interesting game. I'm really excited for that game. So
yeah, it did look interesting. I like the idea of being able to just explore.
And that's something that Star Trek should be. I would really like a Star Trek game to explore. I know they tried to do one, but it was like an MMO, and I'm not really into MMOs.
I am, but I didn't try that one.
And yeah, because you're probably
I like
busy.
playing WoW, where I get spied on by the NSA.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Like, what do you feel? How do you feel about that? Like that the government is actually thinking we're so important that they need to spy on us, talking about being virgins and stuff. Well, not me, obviously.
Yeah,
I have my hand.
Okay.
Okay, fine then. Somebody else's hand.
Double Dutch shredder. Anyway, I don't know. It kind of makes some sense. I mean, it is, right away. The first thing to do is ridicule, because it's like, oh, what? The NSA is afraid of elves, nerds. But it is a place where you can go in and chat. So with anyone in the world. So
yeah,
I it could certainly be a way for some kind of terrorist group to gather. But I can't imagine a bunch of Al Qaeda people in a cave playing WoW, leveling together while making their plans. But it's not impossible.
So I wonder how they eavesdropped. Like, did they create characters, or they just tapped into the servers or something?
I don't know. I mean, for all I know, they have backdoors so that they can do the same thing that the game mods do, or GMs. They can listen to everything that people are doing in the game. So
imagine they
can look at your private conversations and all. So.
But it was funny, the fact that that not only are they spying on gamers, but they're spying on their own relatives and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
If you worked in,
let's face it. If I was in the NSA, I probably would be spying on. If I had a wife, I'll probably be spying on her.
Spying on you go. Let's say
you can trust that I'll be spying on you.
Like you go to a restaurant and there's a server and you think she's cute, and then you're like, oh, what's your name and last name? And like, okay.
I try doing that now with Facebook. I would just have more tools to do it with.
Yeah, like then you ran into the Facebook and they're like, oh man, I have to friend her in order to see her space. She's smart enough to make her stuff private.
Exactly.
I like that. No,
it's always a bad thing.
So yeah.
So then you hope that she's one of those that will just click yes on any friend request.
Yeah. So
anyway, games.
I'm
still playing Super Mario 3D World. Oh. I haven't been able to play much lately, but it's still happening. I'm just taking it very easy with it.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that I get 3 stars and 1 stamp on each level. And then now I just realized that it also counts if you get the flag all the way at the top.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So now I'm kind of going back to the ones where I just kind of ran into the flag and called it a day, so that I can go back and make it all the way to the top.
And you did it as Peach all the time?
Yeah, I do. Yes, because it's the easiest.
Yeah, it's the easiest one, right? No, yeah, it's
unless I have a cat suit.
Yeah, and that's a real good game.
I still really wish that they would have online multiplayer, but I can kind of understand why it doesn't. It would be a pain to have a game like that and deal with the lag.
Yeah,
it probably would be difficult, but probably not impossible either.
Yeah, because that's only like four players per screen, right? Well, almost any game is 4 players per screen. But yeah, you have any?
Still a really fun game.
It is a real fun game. Although I'm also looking forward for Metal Gear Solid 5, which they also showed a trailer, and they released the artwork for that game, Ground Zero. Are you Metal Gear Solid fan?
Not really. I played Metal Gear Solid, the PS3 one.
The Patriots.
4 was it?
Gun of the Patriots. Yeah, 4.
Okay, I did play that one, and I had quite a bit of fun.
Especially you had the camel suit, right? The invisible, to make you invisible.
Yeah, there was that.
Did that make it funner?
I don't know.
Did you use that all the time?
I don't even remember. It wasn't all that useful for whenever there was like a boss fight or something.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
useless.
You just hide during the boss fight. Make sure the boss doesn't see me.
But it was a fun game for the most part. You know, at least at the time, it's when the PS3 first came out. So at the time, it was, it was just great to see what the PS3 could do.
Yeah.
Back then, it looked amazing. Probably if I see it now, I'll be like, oh, this is crap. Yeah. I don't think it would look like crap, but...
No, it would look like Halo. Although Halo, whatever.
How about you? Any new games you've been dealing with?
No, I haven't bought any video games, but I know that I'm gonna buy a couple because they have a real good deal. But by the time this podcast come out, the deal will be over, so I'm not even gonna mention it. But
any new Wii U games? How do you think the Wii U is gonna be doing? Do you think they're gonna do better this Christmas? Or
I really do think that they're actually gonna. I think more people are buying those units because a lot of places are like putting them in front, saying, "Oh, we don't have an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4." But
yeah, I think that's
here's a Wii U. It's just as good as a PlayStation 3, but better.
I think that's a big boost that Nintendo has right now. You know, pretty much people are going to a store to look for an Xbox One or a PS4, and they're not finding it. But I did notice that a lot of the stores, they have quite a bit Wii U's out there, out on the floor. You know, not Wii U's alone, but Wii U stuff. I've been seeing a lot of Wii U stuff. I've been seeing a lot of it empty also. So I'm like, well, people are buying it,
and especially since it is a good deal because it gives you two games. It gives you the Super Mario Brothers Wii U and the Luigi version. So
correct.
Even though they're downloadable,
there's also games, that Zelda one.
There's that Zelda one.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, and then like right now, like honestly, as a launch titles, this would actually be a good launch title since a lot of the games are starting to come out now.
I'm just pretending that the Wii U is new this year.
I know it was brand new.
Last year never happened, and it's a new system now.
Yeah. Like it came out in September or something like that. At least.
Yeah, it came out a little earlier.
So definitely, if you don't have a Wii U, you should. You know, that's that's the system that 19-year-old should have bought for his 4-year-old daughter.
There's still absolutely no games for the PS4 or Xbox One that I care about.
No.
So I think right now, even if I find one on the stores, I probably wouldn't buy it because what the hell am I gonna do with either?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely. I wonder if I probably should have researched this, but if the new Metal Gear Solid game was going to come out for the new system or if it's for the old.
I would imagine it's for the new.
I would imagine that, but
it's like old school Mario games. You get one per system.
I hope if they make a bundle with that game, I'm gonna wait for that bundle. That's what I'm gonna do.
I wish they had like a. Oh, we forgot. Did we talk about the new? We probably did on the last podcast. The new Tomb Raider for the PS4 and Xbox.
No, we didn't talk about that.
We didn't.
No, so there's a new Tomb Raider coming out.
Well, no, remember it's the same Tomb Raider, but made for the PS4.
No, I don't think we talked.
We talked about it.
We talked about it over pie or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So okay. So they're gonna make one.
So yeah, apparently they're making
like a remake
Tomb Raider. They're making it for the Xbox One and PS4.
Okay.
So it's gonna have the trace effects of the hair.
Oh, that's cool.
That the PC has, where each strand moves by itself.
So
there's a lot more strands.
So the same thing you can do on a PC now.
Correct.
Is it gonna be better or same? Exact same.
I don't know. Both of these systems use ATI graphics. Trace effects is ATI technology. So on NVIDIA systems, it never quite worked all that well.
Okay.
So that part of it, at least the flowy hair should look really nice on the systems. But other than that, it really should look just like the PC version. I don't think it's going to look any better.
But like you did play you never played the console version, right?
No, I gave it to you.
You just bought it, but
played it.
I haven't played it yet, so I'll probably just wait till the PS. Nah. No, but did you really enjoy that game?
It was enjoyable. I mean, it wasn't the greatest game ever, but it certainly was one of the best Tomb Raiders, if not the best I've played.
Yeah, probably. I always wanted to play a Tomb Raider game, but they're always like...
It was definitely a good game. I wouldn't say it was great, amazing, or anything like that, but it was a really good game.
Would you want a sequel to that game?
Yeah, I'll play a sequel.
Cool.
All right, what other gaming news is there?
Gaming news. I mean,
it's been a slow week, man.
I know. I think we got rid of that stupid teen guy. He took my energy. I can't believe it.
He made me too mad to care.
But yeah, I think how much time we got left? Probably like nothing.
No, we're at 40 minutes right now. So.
All right. So I do want to mention that GameX. This is my because I didn't mention it in this podcast, but this is my last week of classes. I believe that I mentioned. So there will be a lot more gameplay footages on the interwebs, and so you can expect a lot more than just Ace Combat coming soon. There'll probably be, instead of only Ace Combat, there's probably going to be a lot more Minecraft. Yeah, and I know you're such a fan of Minecraft.
Yeah, I love those 8-bit graphics.
Yeah, it takes you back to the old school. That's how Nintendo should have been back in the day.
They should do like a Minecraft Legend of Zelda. Like Legend of Zelda with Minecraft graphics, but in the Minecraft 3D world.
Yeah, they should. See, you do like it. No, but yeah. So there'll be a lot more Minecraft, and there'll probably be a lot more. I actually do want to do a playthrough of all the Metal Gear Solid games, starting from because I did get the Metal Gear Solid collection, so it has all the games from the Nintendo versions to the PlayStation ones. It is supposed to be in all HD, so I'm really looking forward to being able to play those games now that my classes are out. Got something for me?
No, I was just thinking about because earlier today or earlier in the week, I read about how the NSA, how the NSA has been spying on everyone.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about this, but I read about how they have been spying on Xbox Live members.
Oh yeah.
That's messed up. Like I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that they could even like listen in on Xbox Live conversations. Maybe even just the whole thing is weird, because especially with the Xbox One, where you have that camera that's always on. I'm like, okay, they've been known to possibly log into people's computers and check the webcams without turning on the little light. A lot of webcams have the little light that lets you know that they are active, but they have their ways of turning it on without activating the light. I'm like, okay, and they've been known to hack into Xbox Live, so I'm like, okay, what's to keep them from hacking into the Kinect and seeing and hearing everything that's going on in the room?
Yeah, and people always tell me how I'm paranoid because I always cover the cameras. Call me paranoid, but I'd rather cover that up than.
Well, they can call you paranoid, but every day we hear about more and more stuff that the NSA is doing,
And that's what they're doing. Imagine what we don't know. What they're doing.
This is what we have found out about.
And yet Snowden is a bad guy.
Yeah, he's the traitor.
Like, who in reality?
He's the traitor that told us what's actually going on.
But in reality, who's being the traitor? The NSA is betraying the trust of the people. They're supposed to.
They don't have my trust.
Yeah, well,
they can't betray if they don't have.
I mean, but still, like, how can? Yeah, exactly. They don't even have our trust.
And that is a sad part. They don't have my trust, but this is supposed to be the agency that's supposed to be protecting me. So WTF,
Yeah, and it's funny that when I went to Washington D.C., I went to the archives where it has like the Constitution and it has the Declaration of Independence, and there's this quote by I believe it's Benjamin Franklin, who said, "He who trades freedom for security deserves neither." You know, like so how are we supposed to feel secure if the people who are supposed to keep us secure are taking our freedom? Like it's just. This is not we should start a political
I'm gonna call
podcast.
it Al Qaeda won because we have fallen. We are just like ants.
We let the terrorists
running around.
We need to make a political podcast. Maybe we'll get more views. Well, people are like, oh, you don't know nothing about politics.
People can't view it.
I mean, we put like a picture of a dancing monkey on YouTube.
Oh, that would get us
views
just because it's a monkey.
While masturbating.
To a cat, because people love cats on YouTube.
Yeah, kittens. A kitten masturbating.
A little kitten. No, it's a
Is that pedophilia?
It's a monkey masturbating to a little kitten that's on the screen.
Oh my God, that's just wrong for some reason.
It's a cute kitten.
Yeah, but
anyway,
is it an anime kitten
with tentacles? All right, that's about the cue for us to get going.
That's the highlight of the podcast: bestiality and pedo bestiality.
I hope next time we have something to talk about, because otherwise this is just gonna get worse.
Yeah, you don't want to see us just like babble on. So hey, we did talk about some stuff. So thank you for joining us. This was GameX Presents the podcast, episode number 21, where we finally can drink. So we'll finally
let's go drink.
And so
I drank already. I drank Mountain Dew.
Hey, they're not a sponsor.
I drank a green soda.
A green ooze.
A green refreshing soda.
Yeah, so thank you.
Cold.
So thank you for listening to us. Oh yeah, and there's going to be an announcement on New Year's edition. So stay tuned, all you 3 listeners.
Is it going to be like a New Year's resolution thing?
No, I actually have to. I'm saying that, but I actually have to think of what I'm going to say.
Okay, cool.
I'm still thinking of what I would be doing.
So you're going to be doing some. It's like a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Yeah, it could change the fabric of time and space, or it may just give you constipation
or diarrhea,
whichever you like. So thanks to you for listening and listening to me, Luis Equis.
This is Stuff.
And we hope you come back for the next episode and actually listen all the way through.
All right. Sounds good.
If you listen to this on a comment, type 42. And I'll know that you listened all the way through.
All right.
All right. Good night.
Bye.